Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to HBCU Game Day. We have a couple of special guests from Thee Pregame Show. We have Charles Bishop and the man, he only needs one name. It's Neely, y'all. Fellas, thank you for joining us today. How are y'all doing? Did the holiday treat you well?
Doing good, man. Pleasure to be here. Got past that first holiday as we go into the summertime. So getting ready for football practices and all those things to spring up on us for the summer.
No doubt about it. Holiday time means a little bit of golf for me, so I enjoyed it.
I know you, Bishop. I know you.
Oh,
well,
yeah.
Look, guys, let's jump into it really quick here. The transactional aspect of sports. You guys are at Jackson State. You guys are covering the Tigers. You know, fans love NFL free agency. They love NBA free agency. They love when players swap teams. It's the transactional aspect of sports, right? Well, that has now come into play at college football thanks to the transfer portal. COVID has kind of threw in the extra layer of eligibility, and we have players on the move. Jackson State is no stranger to this. The leading wide receiver, Baldwin from the spring, he announced, I think it was last week, that he's leaving. You guys got a big signee coming in from Alabama through the transfer portal at wide receiver. There's been a lot of movement there. And it seems like, Neely, fans are living and dying on razor's edge with each announcement of the transfer portal. Can you bring us back down to earth and let us know this is just the state of the game right now? It is not an indictment on Jackson State or any other program.
You know, I probably shouldn't use this guy as a reference because of what he's going through with Green Bay. But in the words of Aaron Rodgers, RELAX, relax. This is a natural process. It's the new wave of college football, and it's not going anywhere. It's here to stay. You're exactly right. COVID did accelerate it and accentuate it some, but there have been significant changes in progresses over the years as it relates to a player's ability to transfer and be able to play immediately. And so you're going to see more of this happening. And on one hand, you celebrate when a person comes and you really don't question why they were leaving. But soon as someone leaves your program, then it's, oh, something's going wrong. What's going on in the locker room? The coaches must be mismanaging something. When it has nothing to do with that. This is just a new organic process that our fans in the HBCU space, particularly with the microscope and telescope, like the Hubble that's on the Jackson State program, with a lot of focus when someone leaves Coach Prime. But actually, it's just not the truth. It's not a negative impact. You know, these kids are doing what they have the right to do to explore opportunities they may think are better for themselves, whether that's geographic, being close to home, playing time, exposure, whatever the case may be. It really doesn't require a lot of explanation as to why a kid wants to transfer to another program to explore more options. But what we have to focus on, and you set it up perfectly, that we are now entering a phase of college football where it's much like the NFL. This is the time to be excited, not panic. Free agency is where you win championships. You know, you used to be able to suck for years and get some key draft picks. I'm a Cowboys fan, and remember we got the triplets in up through the draft. But you sustain what you're doing, not through the draft, through free agency. And so now more and more this transfer portal year after year is going to give coaches a wonderful opportunity to bring in new talent.
Charles, you've been covering HBCUs for a long time, man. Not to date you, Charles. Not to date you. But this is a new. Listen, you had a player come to Jackson State of his own volition, without a rap sheet. Let's just keep it real. He didn't get in trouble. He leaves Alabama. He was not persona non grata. He made a choice to come to Jackson State. It hasn't always been like this. A lot of times we've got players through, you know, some unusual circumstances was a normal thing, but now players are going from anywhere to everywhere.
No doubt about it. I mean, we're conditioned to what we've come to expect as the norm. Somebody comes in as a freshman, they're there 4 years, and you know, they become alumni. So it's going to take a while to kind of become unglued from that. The model that was 1970 all the way up until now is no more. And that's just the way things are. And I think it's going to be a freeing experience that you look year to year in terms of how you're going to be able to build out your roster, build out your football team. And like Neely said, I mean, this is the nature of what it is. It is college free agency, if you will.
Neely, and specifically talking about Jackson State, since we're talking to you guys, I mean, this was going to be a transitional period anyway. The coaching staff hasn't even been there 365 days yet. I mean, this is something that normally happens when a new staff comes in. You know, the staff and player turnover is just part of that equation. And now it's like on steroids because of the circumstances that we laid out.
Sure. And we welcome that attention. You know, we knew that was going to be part of the deal of hiring a coach with the gravitas of Deion Sanders, Coach Prime, as he's affectionately called. But you're exactly right. This is a time of year that when you had a new administration under standard NCAA rules, a player would have the option to say, well, the coach that recruited me is gone. Can I explore my options and see what else is out there for me? COVID ramped that up some. Deion's presence put a huge spotlight on it, but it is really business as usual, augmented by COVID, where people can now transfer and play immediately. So, man, hats off to these guys. God bless these kids who were able, as African-American young men, predominantly in our HBCU system or in the Jackson State space, to explore options that may work better for them. Here's what we know at Jackson State. We want all the best players, but we're not going to get all the best players. But what we want most of all is the best for our players, the best for student athletes. We want HBCU athletes to have choice to be able to go to other programs, because if this is just a Jackson State thing and it doesn't become a SWAC thing and an HBCU thing, then the mission fails. Coach Prime is not just here to make JSU better. We're here to uplift all these things, and that comes with choice and players being able to move and go where systems may fit better for them. Now, I will tell you this. Once a Tiger, always a Tiger, unless you go to a SWAC school or a school that's going to play us, and then we're going to be gunning for you.
Hey, I've been seeing the offers, man. I've been seeing the offers on some of these kids that have decided to transfer out. They did not go unnoticed by other SWAC coaches. We'll say that.
Yeah, they are definitely talented guys, and they definitely have something to offer. But I also think that there's a bit of tongue-in-cheek to those offers. There's a bit of sportsmanship, giving a little rib to those offers that, hey, Deion's losing a player, let me make him an offer. For the most part, you're not going to see those kind of lateral transfers, you know, in conference like that, particularly in division like that. But it's nice to see those young men realize that they're wanted, that there are people who value what they have, that just because you're not at Jackson State, it's not over for you. There are opportunities, and we wish them the best in those opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
Charles, lay it out for us. There's a lot of eyes on the SWAC, on HBCU football, on Jackson State. But this was a weird year, man, because we played in the spring and we're about to get ready before you know it to go back in the fall. Kind of give us a timeline of where we are in the summer and some of the key things to look out for in the next couple of months as we get ready for yet another season.
Undoubtedly, you're getting ready to look forward to SWAC Media Day. I think sort of the unveiling of what we're going to see in the fall. I think leading up to the fall, this is going to be one of the most consequential seasons that we've seen in HBCU athletics with Florida A&M and Bethune-Cookman coming into the SWAC. There's a tremendous amount of excitement that I probably have not seen since the McNair years. I mean, there is a palpable sense of real excitement going into this fall 2021 season. We got a taste of it in the spring, but I think people are just really excited to hopefully get to the other side of COVID, and we're starting to see a lot of things relax around the country now, so that we can hopefully get back to what we've come to know as college football season in the fall.
Yep, it'll be here before you know it. He's Charles Bishop, the man with one name. You just call him Neely. It is the pregame show right here on HBCU Game Day. Fellas, thanks a lot for hanging out with us, and we look forward to talking to you guys real soon.
Always a pleasure.
No doubt. Thank you, Tyler.